Police showed up to the Eagle View mobile home park in Georgia to serve a probation violation to a person living in one of the trailers. Well, a 17-year-old by the name of Christopher Roupe answered the door, and apparently the second he answered the door, a female police officer shot and killed him. Now, the police officer alleged that he had a gun. However, neighbors say that he did not have a gun. When they arrived to the scene, he had a Wii controller in his hand. Now, right now, of course, the story does not have the full details. It could be entirely true that there was a weapon involved. At this point, it's a he said, she said type situation. However, according to the report, or the lawyer for the family, he says, we don't know where that statement came from, referring to the gun. The eyewitnesses on the scene clearly state that he had a Wii controller in his hand. He heard a knock at the door. He asked who it was. There was no response, so he opened the door, and upon opening the door, he was immediately shot in the chest. One neighbor said, when we got up there, they said there was a Wii remote in his hand, and she shot him. Another neighbor says, this is tragic, and then referring to the police officer who shot him, she came out of the house, she put her head in her hands, and she was sobbing. Supposedly, he opened the door with a BB gun, and in my opinion, I think he was playing a game with his neighborhood buddies.
I think the reaction of the police officer immediately after the shooting might give you a sense that there might not have been a weapon, right? I don't think that if she shot him and he had a gun in his hand that she would be sobbing outside. Now, he's a young kid, and this is all eyewitnesses, and Anna's right, we'll have to get the full facts, and they'll go through the process, etc. But right now, it doesn't look good, right? And every situation is different, and maybe she just overreacted, and that happened to be her at that time, right? But we do cover a lot of these stories, and there is a lot of shoot first, ask questions later. Like I keep saying, I remember the good old days when you'd see it in the movies and the TV shows. Freeze, put your hands up. That's what the cops would say before they shot you. That gives you a bare minimum amount of time to see if it's a Wii controller, you know, or maybe even a BB gun, right? And not a real weapon. But now there's no pause, there's no nothing. We shoot first, and then we go, oh, damn it. Oh, well, we shot the wrong person. Oh, well. And obviously she's broken up about it.
She is. I mean, there's remorse, whereas, you know, in other cases that we've reported on where the details are much clearer, it seems like the officers are trying to justify what they've done. So we'll see how this develops, but I will say that I remember a time a few years back when we would report on police brutality, and the big issue at that time was their excessive use of non-lethal weapons. So they were using tasers far too often on kids, on disabled people, and it was outrageous. And now it's gotten to a point where they don't even use those non-lethal weapons, they go straight for the gun. And that's obviously a bad way of dealing with any situation. So again, we'll see how this develops.
Let me add one last thing here. To be fair to the cops, one of the problems is now there's guns everywhere. The country's swimming, drowning in guns, right? So is it that unfair for a cop that when they open a door to expect somebody in the house to have a gun? I mean, now we're telling people, hey, listen, man, even if you're hurt in a car accident, you might not want to go up to somebody's house because they're likely to, not likely, but there's some chance they're going to shoot you, right? So the cops got to be extra edgy because it's not just them with guns, everybody else has guns too. And then that leads to more deaths like this. So it's a bizarre way of being quote unquote fair to the cops. I'm just saying we got two different issues here. One is cop overreaction and the other is that everybody's got guns, so everybody's on edge.